close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Karl Smith from the UK Hypnosis Academy, and tonight it gives me a great pleasure to introduce James back to us, who, if you remember back about 5-6 weeks ago, we did a stop smoking session with James, and we're going to get into that in a moment. We've just been having a chat behind the scenes, but we're going to talk about what's gone on, well, the goods, the bads, the uglies, and all that type of stuff. So we're going to go through that in a minute. So it's great to have you on again, James.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
No, you're more than welcome. So, yeah, there's a crazy bunch here. So don't forget, guys, if you're joining us now on Facebook, don't forget to, or on YouTube, don't forget to say hello to James. Don't worry about me. I'm merely just a bypart here. But I am going to tell you now, we're not going to be going for a full hour tonight because James is feeling a little bit poorly tonight. So we're not going to be doing an hour, and there's no point me chuntering on and talking waffle just for the waffle's sake. However, I will do a Q&A because James is going to stay with us for a little bit tonight. He's going to go through what's happened with him. He's going to go through what's happened in the 5-6 weeks that we've been doing stuff. And then what we're going to do is then I'll do a Q&A and then knock it on the head because that's only fair. But on the same token, don't forget, guys, if you haven't seen James's previous videos, they're about 6 weeks ago now, and about 3 weeks ago, we did a follow-up session. No, actually, it was about 4 weeks ago, a month ago. So we did one about 6 weeks ago with James, and I'll put the comments in there. But yeah, at the end of the day, you can see the whole session. So if you are new to hypnosis, you can see the full lesson with James. You can see the follow-up a few weeks later, and then this one, like it's 6 weeks to see where we are. All right, don't forget, guys, this is a YouTube channel, and if you want to subscribe, if you want to do it, it's $5, $9, or $90. You can subscribe. If you do the $90, you can just do a one-off if you want, and just have a mentoring session with me. You're more than welcome to. If you want to go to the website, my UK Hypnosis Academy website, and do it, it's £1,000. So guess what? You're getting a win-win situation here, really, isn't it? So if you'd like to have an hour with me, just let me know, email me, and I will sort out that hour with you. We'll do that. So, guys, here we go. Like usual, James, here we go. We've got to find out who's the teacher's pet. Oh, look at that. Swift over Levi over in Seattle. Look at him. He's out of the blocks already. Tracy, hope you're well. Tracy Ryan, hope you're well. Carol, hope you're well. That's me, so I don't need to say hello. Dave Carson, hope you're well. Colette, good morning to you in New Zealand, and to your good man, wherever he is. There he is, Dave McHugh. Janice Greer, hope you're well. Simon, I hope you're well. Jules, are you all right, Brizzle? What's going on? Eddie, all right, Nat Nunat, are you getting on at? Eric, hope you're well, hope you're fine. Mario, hope you're well. Heal now, hope you're well. Jackie Brennan, hope you're well. Andy should have spoken to you already this week. If he hasn't, tell me. We'll chat about stuff. And then going about hypnosis. Hello over in Sweden. So, guys, don't forget, there are prequels to this. So if you haven't watched them, but if you want to, we're going to listen to James in a moment. We're going to talk to him about what's gone on in his life in the past few weeks, what the experience was like in hypnosis. And then James is going to dart away because he's not too well, but he's agreed to come on. He wasn't feeling too well, but then all of a sudden he just said he'd kindly give us 10-15 minutes today just to explain his story. But we're not going to be doing any session today with James. We're just going to be talking through what his experience was with hypnosis. So, James, been a wacky 6 weeks, eh?
Yeah, it really has. And thanks for having me back. It's been it's been amazing. I mean, I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah,
it's just fantastic. It really is. I'm so pleased.
Brilliant.
I must be honest. I don't come on and bear everything. You know, the size of it. I'm all right, but bright old unit. So
yeah,
I owe it to you guys, and I owe it to myself, and
yep.
I just want to express how grateful I am, really, and to people that are maybe non-believers.
So tell us, James. 7 weeks ago, where were you in life?
Wow. I was in a very bad place mentally and physically, and I was smoking 50 fags a day plus minimum. 350 fags a week roll-ups.
By the way, just to pause you there, James, anyone in America or Canada, fags in UK means cigarettes. Let me just clarify that, right? Fags are cigarettes over this end of the woods, just to clarify that. Yeah, so sorry, James, go on, carry on.
I was smoking 50 plus cigarettes a day, no problem.
Yeah.
And probably a lot more, actually. And what I realised is that I had to stop, and I was really struggling to stop. My mum died of lung disease, and she kept smoking for 10 years with her COPD. She wasn't crazy. She just had such a terrible addiction. I'm getting older, and I thought, Jesus, you got to sort your shit out, man. And I was really struggling, and I tried some medication, which I don't like medication really, but I tried the medication route a few times, didn't work, and come across Karl, and the magic happened. It was fantastic, and
brilliant.
I'm so happy. I really am. What I noticed is that what I forgot to tell you, Karl, is that I noticed that. Well, I don't know how you describe it, but all these fags, I kept rolling. I was masking something all the time, so there was something going on, and I spent all my time rolling, fucking roll, excuse my French, roll a cigarette. Didn't have a chance to think about anything except roll. And I get in the car to go for 10 miles down the road, and I've made 3 roll-ups. I mean, pathetic. Ridiculous. So I had some thoughts going on in them 10 minutes, but not many because I was so busy rolling. And so I'm in bed a few weeks ago, and I'm crying. I'm like, I didn't know I'd be all this mentally retarded, and it was just a phase of depression that passed. It's now gone, and it's just a little pain I had to go through. But this is absolutely amazing, and I'm ecstatic, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely ecstatic.
So what's it been like for the cravings? What's it been like that?
I've had lots of mini cravings, but they last between less than a second and 2 seconds, I would say, and then they're gone. And it's really good because that craving doesn't carry on. If that craving carried on, I'd probably end up eating. But they're getting less and less. I had one yesterday. I was a bit stressed over money, and I thought, I can do with a fag right now. And I was like, I thought it was so silly. And then that went within probably 2 seconds as an estimate. Yeah. But it's so good and it's so powerful. And I'm absolutely ecstatic that way. I knocked on your door basically.
Yeah. So just a quick one then. What's been the reaction like with your friends and family?
They're over the moon. They really are. And they know I'm going through a lot of shit right now. Well, I suppose they've seen me because I live with a couple of people as well that do a lot for me, cook and stuff, and many other things, and friends. And they're very healthy living people, very healthy living, a healthy lifestyle. Yep. And they've seen how sort of fucked up, excuse my French, I've been since a lot of at times because I've not had that crutch to go to, that go to, but I've had to ride it out. It's something I had to ride out, something I had to deal with and go through. And you know what? It's nothing in the scheme of things because I've been using smoking as a tool to suppress my feelings and to mask stuff. I'm not quite sure what I was masking really, but I was masking loads of stuff. And when the crutch had gone, it was like, oh, fuck, shit. I mean, I didn't recognise it at first for the first week or so. But then when things started to kick in, now, like, the devil's kicked in on my shoulder and he's like, you're in the big boy's court now, boy, And I've kind of lost my train of thought. But
that's all right. What I was going to say is so it's interesting actually about how have you felt emotionally after the session? Because like when we were obviously starting the session, I do what's called the emotional detox. Most people who know it, if you don't know what the emotional detox is, go to my website and you'll see what's called the emotional detox there, and that's part of the foundation of my work. So how have you felt emotionally, and do you think that targeting previous negative emotions supported your change work now?
Yes, I do, and I forgot about that. And I often think about the guy that's in one of your seminars in the chair that was being reinforced by that guy that was holding him when he was shaking. It wasn't much. I often think about that guy. I thought about it the other morning.
I don't know if his wife's on here at the moment. Is his wife on here? No, I can't see her at the moment. I can't see her. Donna, Russell, yeah.
But I often think about Russell, funny enough, because I think, oh shit, he was going through some shit, that guy. And
yeah,
I kind of relate to it in some weird way. But, I don't know what it was about, but it's been very, very powerful, very powerful. I know, I used to think about 300. I can't really put a figure on it. Probably 300 odd times a day, maybe more, of terrible thoughts about people. Walk into a room, this bastard has done me a wrong turn. Walk into that room, he's done me a wrong turn. Having a pee, done me a wrong turn. Crazy, like PTSD, I suppose. Crazy. Yeah. It's gone. It's absolutely gone.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to wipe anybody out anymore. I don't. Yeah. I've forgiven the people that have abused me in my life, and that wasn't sexual stuff. It was mental stuff. And very much what David says, smoke screen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
The interesting thing about that, James, is that when we did the session, what I did do is I threw in a little suggestion that the more and more you try to find negativity, the more you look for negativity, the more and more it'll fade and drift and fade and drift and drift and fade away. So what happens is that even like now, I'm using hypnosis now, and it doesn't matter, but I'm telling you now that the more you try to look for negativity, it'll just drift away, fade away, drift away, fade away. And what happens is those people that were making your body rile up and go, I could just stab you in the eye socket. You're just going like that now. I'm not going to particularly have a cup of tea and a scone with you, but jog on. I can't be bothered with you anymore. That type of scenario. So that's what happens. And
I did find myself the other day trying to find that beef with someone in particular. And it wasn't there.
It's fun, isn't it? Can you imagine if you'd have gone to counselling, how long it would have taken to do this shit? I'm telling you.
Oh, no, just give me some pills at the end of it, some Valium.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Eric, what's this? Eric here. James, my own smoking addiction was at its heart a socially acceptable suicide. I would be interested if this resonates with you at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Socially acceptable suicide. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I was, I mentioned this before, but when I was in Kosovo in 1999 and I was sat in a bloody trench waiting to go over the border to go into Kosovo when I was in the army. For members of the public, I was in the army. I just didn't sit there for fun. But when I was sat there, I was on 60 a day. We were on 60 a day. We were doing a 200 sleeve a day, me and the other two boys in the crew, me and Griff and Husey. So when we came back, the detox was huge. And how have you found your body detoxing now? So, at the end of the day, has your body started purging out the years of abuse? Has it started to kick that out?
Well, I've started to wake up coughing a lot, and it's taken a while for it to get to that stage because there was nothing except a bit of dry stuff. But now it's getting that way. Yeah. And I don't know if I have a fever. I don't feel very well at the moment. I haven't done for a couple of days. It could be that's going on. I mean, I know I have fit the structure of an unhealthy person, but I'm never actually ill, believe it or not. Probably because the drugs kept me going so long with the nicotine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth of the matter. I'm never ill. I'm just not.
Yeah. But I think the key thing for you is because you were smoking for so long, and what you've got to do now is manage it with, if you do get any ailments come up, it's to speak to your GP straight away and make sure other people know that if you are coughing your lungs up, then that not literally, but you are letting that process happen and clear, then at the end of the day, it will be slightly uncomfortable because all that reinforcement you were giving yourself has got to come out. But the interesting thing about it is how's your fitness level been? What have you done? Anything? Have you been getting off your ass? Because one of the suggestions was about getting off your ass. How's that gone?
No, it hasn't, unfortunately.
All right. Well, we can't win everything, then, can we?
No, but I suppose I've been putting the stopping smoking thing. I mean, has been massive for me.
Yeah.
And Rome wasn't built in a day, Carl.
No. Yes. Absolutely.
And the abusers, the 3 abusers I had in my life that we got rid of. I mean, they were taking up a lot of my time every day. So no, I haven't got there yet. I hope,
cool.
And you know what? I'm really grateful for your assistance, and I hope that you let me come back. And
Yeah. Just one thing, David Ed, can we help with James's detox? If you want to reach out to James, then just send me an email and I'll send it. I think that's what you mean. If you want to reach out, I will send. If anyone wants to speak to James or help him, I know what David does. You see, I know what David does in the background, but just send me your email and I'll forward it on for his consideration. But yeah,
I'm on the group Hypnotic Masterminds as well.
So, yeah. He's on Hypnotic Masterminds. So I'll tag James in the post later on, actually, so anyone on Facebook can reach out to him that way if you like. But just get rid of those toxins. And the key thing about it is that you allow your body. Now, you might get sidewind with a couple of little things in the next couple of weeks, but on the same token, you've still got the power and that control what you needed to come back on track. So I know you're gonna have to go in a moment, and James has politely come on, even though an hour ago it was like a death storm for him. He wasn't feeling too good, and we managed to squeeze 20 minutes out of him anyway. But guys, just before he goes, hopefully I'll get him on in a maybe a month. Well, we'll speak, but just to see where we are really. But it's always nice. The reason I wanted to bring you on, James, is because it's nice for when I do sessions. A lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, but what happened at the end?" And sometimes that's really hard for me to do, to keep track of people who I do favors for. Sometimes they disappear they just disappear to do what they're doing, all that type of stuff, or they don't want to be involved anymore, which is fine, But if ever I do anything for free on here, it's because people say to me, "Look, Carl, I haven't got a fucking pot to piss in, so I really want some help. Do you know anyone who can help me?" And if I think that I can help my students, my colleagues, my friends that are on this channel by doing stuff like this, then it benefits everybody. It's benefited you, and I'm so proud of you. And I know these guys are proud of you as well. And I know that, for those people who, that have watched your journey over the 3 sessions over the past 6 weeks, that they'll be mighty proud of you as well. So all I'm going to say is, oh, there he is. I wondered where you disappeared to. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, mate, you just got to be proud of yourself. I know there's probably things niggling around in the background, tormenting you and doing stuff. But on the same token, you're in a better position now to tidy that up yourself. I know that the message is coming through now. So here's Beata. Beata, can you call me after this, sweetheart? Tracy, sending lots of love and energy towards you. Mario over in Holland. Yeah. Don't hope, just do. No, there is no try. Sometimes people replace one addiction with another. Has James experienced this?
Yeah, I experienced it with alcohol, to cocaine and ecstasy and speed. So,
all right, there you go. Yeah. So there's loads of people here, and I'm quite conscious. Jules down in Bristol, 100% proud of you. Very well done. So, mate, you've got a lot of people looking out for you. So that's the main thing. James, it's been a pleasure, mate. We will catch up soon. I know you want to get away because obviously you need to. Mate, if it's man flu, I get it. At the end of the day, no man ever wants man flu twice. And that's why I believe man flu is worse than pregnancy. Because
pregnancy, much worse.
Yeah, because no man wants a second one, do they? No man wants to go back and have a second dose of it. So there you go. There we go. So there we go. We'll put a positive spin on there.
Thank you. I said, I'm
James, there you go. Loads more coming in. Trevor over up in Gainsborough. And what's this? This last one, yes, Carl. We have every praise for your stand. There we go. No, he did it, not me. So, James, if you want to hit the button, mate, and dissipate and fade away, you're more than welcome to. In fact, I'll do it for you in a second, and then I'll do that. Guys, I'm going to stay on for a Q&A tonight. I'm going to talk about what your thoughts are about this. We're going to let James go away because he's done his proud tonight, and we'll do that. But yeah, just let all of the dirty toxins flush your body out with like good stuff, mate, and really detox. And we hope to catch up with you very soon to do something else special for you, my friend. All right?
Thanks ever so much. Cheers.
All the best, my friend. Take care. Cheers, James. Bye, mate. So, folks, it's just me. Look, at the end of the day, I have to say, James, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes prior to coming on air, just said, oh, I'm not very well. I'm not well. And it might be man flu. It's not anything else. He just believes it's man flu. He wasn't feeling too good, and I could see him starting to get uncomfortable. So I thought we'd just move on. What I wanted to do tonight, which is literally completely derailed me, and I want to stay on this topic for a bit. I want to stay on smoking. Is probably go through a little bit of a dissection of what I did on the day for those people that are new, and then I'm going to knock it on the head early without just sitting here talking just for the sake of talking. But I mean, at the end of the day, you'll notice as well. I know people keep saying it's me, this, that, and the other. It's not me. I don't believe in it's me. I firmly believe that my job is to resurrect the responsibility in the person that they once had, and to help them clear out. And that's why that emotional detox is so vitally important. This is when people, if you're new to hypnosis, what you've got to remember is that when he came to me, it was for smoking, but it had nothing to do with smoking. It was to do with the way that he feels about himself and other things that were going on in his life. All right. So he was using patterns to change things. And that's a key thing about that. He was using smoking, as he said, to mask problems, whatever they were. But that emotional detox that we did, and if you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel, go watch me doing the emotional detox. Is vitally important in any of my work. And I found that somebody sent me a video the other day of their version of the emotional detox, and I was like, brilliant. At the end of the day, all I did was swap the words around, but on the same token, it's great to see it. But on the same token, by clearing out all that emotional baggage and all that shit, it then leads me down a path where then, otherwise you can't see the wood for the trees. You can't see the wood for the trees. And let me just remove them because I don't need them anymore. You don't need you can't see for the wood of the tree, some people. So what you need to do is clear it out. And it's so vitally important that if you're a new therapist or you're a scriptnotist, some poor bastard that's been through some scriptnosis training, which is another day, another dollar. But if you have, at the end of the day, it's vitally important that you clear out all of that junk first and then target the what they came for later, because it's always that, I always find it. So guys, at the end of the day, here we go. What we got going on here? Max, Karl, do you think people get better results in hypnosis dependent on the prestige of the hypnotist? Absolutely. In other words, an unknown v someone's like you. I personally think that hypnosis, and some people hate this, is all about the prestige. It's all about the build up and the show. I firmly believe it. Now, like I always say, Max, is that it's not your Danny. It's not like a I'm on stage, here we come. It's not that during the therapy session. I think it's about exerting that confidence, that belief that you can do it, and that's why that when we see, that's why when we see therapists laying people down, it has another effect on the body. Laying people down, I'm not going to go into it now, but anyway, laying people down has another knock-on effect. That's why all my clients are sat bolt upright or they're stood upright. And I think that you giving it energy and having that confidence has a massive thing on it. And that's why I've got you guys, especially in the mentoring group, doing all these videos. I'm not doing it because of me. I want you to build that prestige up prior to you doing it. I want you to build that prestige up, that show. And that's what this is. It's not about going over the top. It's not about having as much energy as me bouncing around the room. The point being is that when you're delivering it with energy and belief, because that's what we're doing. This is all we're doing. It's about beliefs. That's all it is. And there is no point being a relaxologist. There is no point being a hypnotist, because it completely throws it out. And I've always maintained it, and I'm going to say it again. When people come to me, they don't come to me for a therapy session. They come to me for an experience. When people leave me, they go, what the fucking hell just happened then? And that's it. And the key thing about that is about building up and building up and building up, bang, hitting them. This morning I was working with a young lady, and during the session, no, nothing's happening, no, nothing's happening, no, nothing's happening. And all I did was fractionate. For those people who don't understand what fractionation is, go have a look at a video that I've done on YouTube called Fractionation. Go have a look at fractionation, go have a look at the in and out, causing that belief system. She'd never been hypnotized before. And on the third bounce, went off to la la land, body jerking, twitching, screaming, shouting, and then going, what the bloody hell just happened then? And all of the stuff that had happened was starting to come out. And that's where I firmly believe it is. And James had, if I remember rightly, James had never done any hypnosis before, except watched my channel. And all of my client base come from my YouTube channel. That's all it is. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of money on Google ads. I spend 1 hour a day setting up my cameras. And that's it. And I just keep this channel rolling like that. And that's one thing that I've learned in the past 4 months. I was active on my YouTube channel. I was fairly active already. The point being is that now, you know, there was over 200 videos on my channel, 215 videos, I think, before I started going live every night. But the point being is that really accelerated it. And that's something you've really got to look at. So don't forget, guys, if you haven't watched the previous videos, go back to my lives and you'll see them there. The Stop Smoking ones on there. But it's vitally important that you do build that up, if that answers your question, Max. And I really do think that prestige really does that add to it. I was talking to, I'm going to get Chris Caress on here. I don't know if you've heard of Chris Caress. Chris Caress knows Darren Brown very well. I'll just leave it like that. But he knows Darren Brown. He's a stage hypnotist on cruise ships. He travels the world working on cruise ships. And me and him we were having a discussion the other day, funny enough, about the build up, the show, you know, that showmanship, that whole, when people are coming into the auditorium, the music, the lighting, the atmosphere that comes with it is all part of that pre-talk that I keep telling you guys about as well. It's about, you know, when people buy the tickets, as soon as they go onto a cruise and they go, oh, this is a comedy hypnotist. Oh, do you want to go to that, sweetheart? Yeah, all right then. And then already this process is started. I'm going to get you on the stage and you're going to act like a chicken, all that type of stuff. And then what happens is that then you go into the auditorium, the music's playing, the background's moving, and all of those beautiful things are going on, you know, that draw you into that belief that something is now going to happen. And, you know, the lighting, the music, everything kicks off. And then all of a sudden you come on stage. I mean, if you've never done a stage show before, it's all about that entrance and that wow and that prestige and explaining your pre-talk really quickly. I've only done about, I think I've 13 or 14 stage shows. I could have got away with it. I probably could have had a career in stage hypnosis, to be brutally honest. So, but yeah, it's all about that. Yeah. So, there we go. I stopped smoking 30 a day. Imagine all the gunk in your lungs trying to clear out, all the wee parts in your lungs coming back to life, causing a tickle. Yeah. I think that's what was happening with him. He was having a little bit. What James didn't mention there as well, as he mentioned off air, is that he was having emotional bounce during the day as well. So he says he never gets ill, but then all of a sudden he got this over the past few days. So it may be flu-like symptoms, if that makes sense. It may be that you know, it may be that. It may well be his body's just saying, you know, I just need to slow you right down, Tonto, so I can just clear up the shit you've made up here. You know, it's just like that. I've said it before, but the research says any therapy is affected by the client perception of how much the therapist believes in their therapy. Absolutely. And that's why you'll always get in this profession. I've been to a hypnotist, but nothing really happened, because they're sitting there like a boring bastard, just sitting there doing what they're doing and probably not activating any emotion whatsoever during it. So yeah, hypnosis goes right back to cave painters with the flicker of light of a light stick. Yeah. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, guys, it is about building up. James has done really well. We were going to go through a process tonight, and I had everything in my head, and I thought, oh, we'll do this, and we'll do that, and we'll do this. But it's all gone to a bag of rat shit just prior to what's coming on. And I personally do think, from what he was telling me off air, I do think that it's his body detoxing. I think that, you know, all those years of abuse of substance, cigarettes, booze, other things that have gone on, that his body's just said, we need to just detoxify. And like you said, it was like a delayed fuse while we were off air. It was like a delayed fuse. It was like nothing happened for the first couple of weeks. Then all of a sudden, all of the emotions came right to the surface. But if you watch any of my work, that's how I've designed, that's how I have it. There you go. I saw a hypnotist 35 years. The Man, Dark Stage, Space Odyssey music. Yeah, yeah. I'm not singing it. I was feeling the effects of the hypnosis. Yeah, yeah, you will do. You know, at the end of the day, it's all of that. It's all that build up. And I think that that's really key, that you start doing it. I'm not saying sitting there going, none of that. Just enjoy your sessions. Enjoy it. Get your clients to enjoy it. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm really proud of James. He's probably watching in the background now. But you know, guys, really sorry it hasn't worked out the way I planned it in my head, but I hope you've gained something from tonight, because there's hardly any point me sitting here waffling for half an hour about what I've been doing and all that type of stuff. Hi from Tring. Hello, my little Banksy friend. We went on a Banksy. Carla's over from Hong Kong at the moment, so we went on a little bit of a Banksy trip. I took her around Banksy the other day. I forgot to send you this picture, actually, Carla. Where are we? Yeah, there's one of you trying to put a pole in my backside. Anyway, it's a different story. No, it's a different one. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I will find it. But yeah, oh, there you go. Hey, bit of Banksy. So yeah, so folks, I hope you got something from that. The mind has had a detox. Now the body is going to go through a natural process. Yeah, it is. It's going to clear out all that stuff. It's the same as, you know, James was saying in the previous part as well. He, you know, he did do a lot of social, domestic and socializing drugs. He did do a lot of smoking, you know, 50 plus a day. 50 plus a day, and then dragging them down. And, you know, and that does come with, I have spoke to him in the background, because it does come with reassurance, because, you know, you've got to watch out to make sure he doesn't get any pulmonary type stuff kicking off, you know, because if he does have an incident or something does happen, and it's happened in my career before, we've stopped somebody smoking really quickly. And what's happened then is that's why I've invoked the 7 days prior. I mean, that's not even still enough, I don't believe, because I can stop people straight away. But if they've been smoking a very, very long time, my uncle who came in here, he was on 60 a day. He'd been on 60 a day for over, I think it was 55 years. I think the video's on my YouTube channel. You'll see me talking to my uncle. It's in the back room out there. And, you know, he was quite poorly after that, you know, just literally coughing out all the shit. And there was a gentleman that was on about 40 cigarettes a day that I stopped straight away as well. And he ended up going into hospital with that because of his lungs, because he was coughing that much. He made him weak, and then he had to go in, and that was quite dramatic. So that's why I introduced the 7 days. I said, I can do it. I can do it on a spot if the person wants to do it. Oh, that'll teach me, won't it? I was just doing something for Carl and I've accidentally done that. And, you know, but on the same token, it is worthwhile to mention that about the safety of guys and girls like what James is doing, because, you know, he has been doing 50 cigarettes for over 20 plus years, you know, and to drop him straight away will have effects on his body. And I think that's what he's experiencing right now. But if you start getting your clients and you need to warn them that if they do start getting coughing up and start feeling weak, they need to go to a doctor. That's really, really important. I can't stress that enough, that you get them to liaise with their doctor. And like I said on that video, and I'm going to say to James, if he's listening now, and when we text, is that if he does start getting problems with breathing, because he did say that he had a problem with his lung, and I'm going to say to him, you know, go tell the doctor what you've done. Because like in any detox, you should always wean them down. You should always bring them down slowly, so it's not such a toxic shock onto the body. And that's something for you to recognize as well. We'd been talking in the background, so he'd been dropping his cigarettes down gradually and slowly. But the point being is that, and like Carl has just pointed out, there we go, it starts to move again. Nicotine, the tar. on them, been quite dormant after such a long time, and the cilia will start to move again. Absolutely, and it'll just start clearing it out. But what you've got to do is, if the one thing that I get across to you today, anyone who's doing this, is that don't stop somebody straight away, either on booze or cigarettes. And by the way, just to clarify, before anyone kicks off about it, fags in England are different to what other people may think. We call them fags over here, or cigarettes, right? Cigarettes, this is what it is. I got caught out once in a presentation in America, and it has had different meaning. So just to clarify that, but on the same token, when people are smoking cigarettes, if they start, you've got to tell them at the end. If you do start to have any issues, go straight to your GP. I think that's the only fair thing to do, because you don't want to get them to a position where their lungs are too weak and they can't continue. And that's what happened with that gent in not too far away from here. He ended up in hospital afterwards. I mean, his family were over the moon. It just stopped smoking. They were just gutted. He ended up in hospital for 10 days, I think it was. I think it was about 3 weeks after the session. And that really did send some shockwaves through my system about, you know, but that's just something you do. You cannot go around. You can put safety things in place. You can put things in place and parameters to do anything, but you can't guarantee what's going to go on. Where are we here? Defo has an effect when you quit. It's like pulling an elastic band back for years and then letting go. Yeah. Perhaps the doctor can prescribe some inhalers which may assist the cleanup. Possibly, yeah. I mean, I did say to him not to kick the arse out of it, but you know, menthols and stuff like that. You know, maybe some Vicks in a tub, that type of thing. You know, just clearing out and coughing you up, backside up. I don't know, whatever you feel comfortable with, but whatever it is that you've got to be mindful that coughing is energy. Is physical energy, and I don't mean woo-woo energy for anyone who's out there. Well, you people who like the unicorns, all that lot, you may well say that, but don't forget all that coughing can weaken the diaphragm and then start weakening the lungs and stuff. So that's what you've got to look out for as well. That happened to me, but like I was just going to say then, is that you can put all the safeties in place, but there's so many variables. There's so many variables that can happen, and we didn't realise it was going to end up with him in hospital. But on the same token, he came out, he was kicking around and doing stuff and taking the dog for a walk. So after 10 days of us going, oh, bloody hell, like that, he just popped out and went, right, I'm off to take the dog for a walk. Fine. There we go. You can also deeper breath, which causes the rib and intercostal muscles. Coughing causes the rib. There you go. Yeah. I've damaged my intercostals before. That wasn't nice. Rugby. Steam inhalations will loosen the junk. Yeah, most probably. And I think each one has to do it themselves. Guys, did you get enough from that tonight? I'm not going to go full hour tonight because there's no point me sitting here chanting away to myself when the whole plan went out of my head. But I hope you got something from James, and I hope you've got something from the other 2 videos that we did with James as well, because they are, you know, they're good lessons, and I hope that you do learn from James tonight. I personally feel that his body is probably going through that detox right now. His body's just saying, slow down, let's clean this shit up and then get on with it, because it's what his body's doing. It's just letting go of all those toxins, all of the stuff that's been in his body. It's something to do. And if you do stop somebody quickly, make sure you put the safety parameters in that their doctors know or their relatives know that in eventuality something starts going a little bit awry, just do that. But we can't be held accountable for every single thing, you know, just one of those things. It's just how powerful this stuff is. You just have to learn from what your mistakes are sometimes. That's what I do. That's why instead of just going, oh, let's do it in one session, I now do it over 7 days. So we just start to do that. And sometimes I don't think that that's even enough, but people want now. People want now. But we have to calm that down. Guys, I'm going to love you and leave you tonight. Don't forget, go watch the other 2 videos of this. If you haven't watched it, it's a big shout out to James. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's all good. So, you know, at the end of the day, folks, I hope you enjoyed tonight. We're cutting it short tonight because I'm going to go something to eat because I'm bloody starving, to be brutally honest. And go about it that way. Be safe out there, guys. It's a crazy arse world. And thanks very much for everyone who's watching. Don't forget, put some likes up. Put some likes up for me if you really enjoyed it. Put some likes up for me. And if you've enjoyed this, maybe share it around with people, or the other 3 videos as well. I'll put them in a playlist so you can watch all 3 together. And hopefully we get James on again in a few weeks' time, or a few months' time. Let's see where he is in a few months' time, because it's been a process over 6 weeks. And like I just saw then, Rome wasn't built in a day. Guys, as ever, be safe out there in a world of crazies, and just enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening. Do what you want. I will see you at 7:30 tomorrow. I've got an interview. I've just got to confirm it in the morning, and I will do that. It's the problem when I'm doing interviews is that people book it and they go, yeah, I can do it. And then they phone me up and then say, oh, hang on a minute, something's just come up. Bit like my life. So anyway, like that. So we have got an interview tomorrow. I will have it up first thing in the morning for you, and then go about it that way. Guys, as ever, it's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please go watch the other 2 videos with our man, and go have a lovely day. And don't forget, as ever, go out there and go practice. And when you finish practicing, go practice some more. All the best, my friends. Be safe out there. Hope you and your families are well. See you tomorrow, 7:30 UK time, for an interview. Bye-bye.